Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is Four of Arrows in Boredom. And I drew this card yesterday, or today I should say. And I'm thinking, yesterday I was supposed to be all 9 of vessels and generosity and giving to my spirit. And I'm listening to the cards, and I'm trying to be strong. I'm starting a new journey, and I started a new journey today. And I'm thinking about the journey that I'm biking from my mom's house to about 35 miles away up north, and we're going to stay at a state park. And I'm like thinking, how is this day going to be boring? How is this going to be, lethargy and laziness and leading to wasted energy? And in the morning I was just busy getting everything ready, packing, getting the bike ready, preparing myself to leave. And, the morning comes around and goes by, and now it's early afternoon and I'm still not out of the house yet. And I'm like thinking, geez, oh Pete's. There's nothing boring going on. I'm being busy going through, and I'm not wasting any energy. And then I get out there on a bike, and it's a brand new bike, and going through some adjustment periods, and I'm in a busy part of town as well, to start out. And I'm like, I'm really focused on making sure my weight's balanced on my bike. And I'll post a picture of that here in the video. And I'm like thinking, how's this being bored, right? This is exciting. And the more I thought about it, I was like, there is no boredom here. I'm not wasting any energy. I'm moving forward. And that's that's what the universe likes. The universe likes that decisive action. And the causeless feeling of boredom is from being disenchanted with how life is going. I could have easily stayed home and just said, to heck with it. And I probably would have been bored, going through doing my, normal stuff. But you know what? I made a decision, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm biking up north. I'm going to do, 70 to 100 miles this weekend. And, I'm going to enjoy it, no matter what the weather is. Now, part of that boredom could be, the result of continuous stress and conflict that's going on in your life too. And if you can remove that, things will develop differently, let's just say. You bring in a new energy pattern when that happens. And that's what's kind of going on here. This gal, she doesn't see the energy flowing behind her. Now, yesterday, when we were talking about that 9 of vessels, tons of energy, right? Being generous with your energy, being generous with spirit. This gal, she doesn't even see it. She doesn't see the energy at all. Right? She's just like, oh, whatever, just gonna go about my business, And as a result, she's emotionally detached from life. She's emotionally detached from the world. She's emotionally detached from spirit. And that's creating a black hole. And that black hole is just feeding her to bring on even more lethargy and laziness. And that energy from that black hole is not gonna fill you up. The energy that's going to happen from that 9 of vessels generosity is going to open yourself up when you recognize the opportunities before you. When, like I said, you put something into decisive action. All right. You can't live in a vacuum. If you end up putting something into action, chances are something's going to take place. All right. I made that decision to go for a bike ride. All right. I had all the gear. It was just time to do it. It was just like, let's go. The weather's going to be nice. You got the time to, do a maiden voyage on this bike, with all the gear, and it's time to go. Don't go out there and kill yourself by doing, 70, 80 miles. And you're not up to that yet. Just do 30. Just go from one state park to the next state park, and then, to the next state park, and just see where life takes you, right? That's that decisive action. And when you make that decisive action to do something, You actually get into synchronicity with the universe, synchronicity with spirit, because this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're not caught in that vacuum of being bored, right? So, you recognize the opportunities before you and you step through. You grasp that challenge and then you become motivated, and don't let that fear hold you back. Now, I'll be honest with you. When I was out there, I had a lot of fear. Fear of the traffic, fear of, taking a spill, just because of the weight that I'm carrying on the bike, right? But at the same time, that fear is turned into being cautious, being safe, all right? This is something I've never done before. And I know that spirit in the universe is guiding me up to this point, right? There's, it's kind of like, I read on the Appalachian Trail. It's trail magic. And it is, when you become blessed, with taking care of things. So, looking at the rest of the cards, we talked about that Nine of Vessels, and the Queen of Stones just fell off. So, for that Four of Vessels, Boredom, the King of Stones is still out there, and he's actually looking away. He's actually like that. He's looking away. And the King of Stones is asking, what advice gives you the best security? What advice gives you the best security with your generosity to fill you up? But what advice gives you the best security for that boredom? The security of, taking on that challenge. You know what? Maybe if I just, take a little step, like I said, like Dee says, just take a little step. He just, instead of doing 70 miles, he did 30. Maybe I'll just, maybe I'll work on this report for a little bit. All right. And, I don't have to, worry about taking off big chunks, right? And the King of Stones also asks is, where is life offering you its riches? All right. That nine of Vessels, generosity, has got lots of riches, right? And maybe you're rich. You don't have to be rich in finances, but you can be rich in blessings. You can be rich and able to take off and just do what you want, right? You may be rich in family. Look at the blessings that you do have, all right? And don't take those for granted, because when you take them for granted, to me, that's kind of like that Four of Vessels, right? You still have to be strong with that Woodward. You have to have that strong emotional attitude of not letting that boredom seep in, because when boredom seeps in, you're not growing, you're stagnant, right? Now, you do have two fours out here, the Four of Arrows, and the Four of Vessels, all right? One's there for you to rest and relax, all right, rejuvenate. And the other one's, here at the Four of Arrows, you're getting energy. Here in the Four of Vessels, that energy is going away from you. Okay? That Nine of Vessels there, you're gaining energy too. So, you have the flow of the water behind you in this. And it's just a matter of turning around and looking at the flow of the water, understanding that there's energy there. Energy for you to just go ahead and draw from. And when you go ahead and draw from that energy, it just fills you up. The journey card's still out there as well. All right. And maybe the journey is a little bit boring right now. It's kind of like, whatever. Been on this journey before. I've rested, I've gained my strength, I'm looking at the best security, I'm being generous, but I've done this before. It's kind of boring, right? It doesn't have to be. Look at the, what is out there for, that you need to get rid of. The Death. That's what this card, the Death card is not a card to be afraid of. It's one to be embraced, because it's change, it's coming on. All right. And maybe the change isn't coming fast enough and it seems boring for you. That just means you got to do something to put it into action. And then the Green Woman's, still sitting here as well. a week ago she came out and said, you know what? I'm going to nurture this. She's got that cauldron of milk ready to feed you. All you have to do is, dip your finger in there and, give it a little lick, and just, let the green woman nourish you. You don't have to be bored with it. You just have to make a decisive action and put things in motion, right? That's that 4 vessels in boredom. So that's today's card, 4 vessels in boredom. And I'll talk to you from another location tomorrow. And this is D for the Spirit's Path. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe.